started already, I was also a student, but I started already my activism at local level. So, and then in 2005, when I became the representative or the coordinator of the civil society from the province of South Kivu, Raoul was a young activist. He was tall, big, which was very contrary to his tribe, because we know he comes from the kind of central part of the Kivu province, which is mostly short and kind of slim folks, but he was tall, big, giant, and also he was so funny, which was really characteristic of his tribe. They are known as very funny people. So I knew him, and at the time he was a secretary of PAC. PAC is in English called peace, peace and I don't know how to call peace within and by the community. That's what it's called. Meaning, you know how you make sure that the community owns the solutions to peace and to eradicate or to end conflict. So he was working on that, and then he moved on. Of course, he went to school in Bukavu at the at the National Institute of Pedagogy, which is one of the quite very good school in the South Kivu province in Bukavu. That's where he went, and then in 2009 he got married, and when he passed away, I mean he had he left 5 kids and a widow. But in between, before he came to Colombia, he used to give, he used to sensitize local communities in terms of, how to mobilize the companies that are exploiting natural resources to also contribute to the national or local development. And that was pretty much, the central piece of his fight. How these natural resources or these companies exploiting natural resources can contribute to local development. The funny thing is where he's coming from in his territory, where his native territory, Kamituga or Limwenga province, they also have gold. It's one of the territories in South Kivu province that is known for gold. So he comes from there. So the fight against the illegal exploitation of natural resources was really part of his DNA. He comes from region, from villages, from communities where gold is the main activity. And this is in the artisanal mining, because mostly in the eastern DRC, you don't have so many companies exploiting natural resources. They are mostly artisanal mining that are really, you find in the community doing that, but also you have foreign companies also taking advantage of some of the licenses that are being given by the government to exploit natural resources. So this was really the central piece, as I say, of his fight against illegal exploitation or extraction of natural resources such as gold and other mining oil and other minerals that are in the DRC. He went on and became really a national activist in many conferences, seminars, workshops, or wherever. He would go from South Kivu to Lubumbashi, which is in the south, to Kinshasa, and he was being called to, by the government to come and speak about the issue of natural resources in his province. So his ability to really translate his activism into a leadership was really beyond his own province or beyond his own core community. So we knew him as someone who anytime you can call him and he'll give you the situation like he knows the whole Congo. I remember in 2009 we had an event in Washington DC at Kennedy Center, and that was around the natural resources in Congo. So I was invited to speak, But because I wanted to get the day-to-day situation on the ground, I just text him, on his WhatsApp. So that was sorry in 2019. Sorry, I text him on the WhatsApp, say, hey, can you give me the situation right now? Where are you? So he told me, no, Bukeni, I'm attending a conference in Lubumbashi. Lubumbashi is the giant capital city of the national of the resources in the DRC, which is in the southern province. He said, well, what do you need? I mean, he used to call me big brother. What do you need, big brother? I said, okay, I need a situational mapping of the exploitation of natural resources in the Congo, focusing on gold, diamond, coltan, and cobalt. When he asked me, when do you need it? I said, if you can do it in 2 hours, that will be my appreciation. He said, no, big brother, you don't have to worry. In 30 minutes, I'm going to give you. I just want to finish the session. As soon as I get out, I'm going to send it to you. And really, in the next 30 minutes, I got the reports that he had. I couldn't tell how did he prepare it, or if he was just handy. So he really had the whole situation handy. You can ask him anytime at midnight at whatever. But not just that, fame also came with risks. Risks that are really related to the activism that we know when you are an activist working in a country such as the DRC with all these dynamics going on. I mean, he was arrested 3 times. Of course, by the national authorities. I mean, that during the young Kabila regime, that was in 2015 and 2017 and 2018. That when he was arrested 3 times. I mean, at time he did seek refuge into Burundi for some reasons, and then the army commander that was chasing him, was then relocated to some other place. Then he spent nearly 3 months in Burundi as a refugee, but not an official refugee. He really hated to be a refugee. He wanted just to die at home doing his own job. So that is really the Raoul Kitungao, as we can see him on the picture there, and I have so many more. As I was preparing for this, I had a chance to speak to one of his children who is now 17, and also I spoke to also his mother, and they were really very grateful to see this is happening. So they asked me to really convey their gratitude for doing this. Remember him is really very, they really feel so honored to see that his memory is really still alive.